So why do you wear a mask? And I hope you do. Is it out of fear? Fear that you'll be ill? That's not a bad reason. Perhaps it's fear that you'll make somebody else sick. Again, fear is not bad. Fear is our teacher in those respects. Fear is what keeps us from running out into the street when there's traffic, because we've learned and we know to be safe. Fear is not bad. But now we're at a point where we're told it's safe to take off our masks in certain situations and for certain people. And there's fear to do that. This is where fear becomes a problem. And so we must approach it and understand it. Those first disciples had a right to be fearful. They were afraid that what happened to Jesus might just happen to them. They were right to lock themselves in that room and protect themselves and take care of one another. Nothing wrong with that. Very much like what we've been doing during the pandemic. But there's another understanding of this word fear, a way of understanding that might actually liberate us. You see, the word that gets translated fear in portions of the scripture talk about our need to fear God, that fearing God is the beginning of wisdom. It's not the same word. It's not meant to be afraid of a God who's going to hurt you. No, it is fear that should be better translated as awe or wonder. Be in awe of this God who is magnificent. That's the beginning of wisdom, to understand just how powerful God is. And these disciples knew that sort of fear as well, for they had been also to the empty tomb. They had seen the power of God. They had wondered in awe at what might happen if they truly tapped into this power. But fear also kept them locked away until God's power descended upon them like tongues of fire and gave them tongues to speak and pushed them out the doors into the world with a very simple, very powerful message about the wonder and awe of God. The message that we all have participated in all the systems and all the ways that created the death of God's own child. And guess what? You don't need to be afraid of God. You need to be in awe of this God who, even though that has happened and you are responsible, forgives you and loves you. Loves you beyond your wildest imagination, even after killing the Messiah. That's good news. That's the kind of fear that we should have to empower us to be bold and proclaim the good news.